Hey everyone, this is Chef. Welcome back to Reus2, where I think today we are going to go for... No, milestones, not inventions. Where we're going to go for a 5 biome cat planet. So, we've got Perfection, have 5 unique cat biotica on a single planet. And then we've also got Multicolored Marble, have used 5 unique biomes on a single planet. I think we can do both of those at the same time. As far as Spirit, I think I can leave this one up to random, but as far as Giants go, I want to make sure that I have coverage of all 5 biomes. So if we take Forest Giant, we have Forest Rainforest. If we take Savanna Giant, we have Savanna Desert. And then if we take Frost Giant, we have Taiga. And it really doesn't matter what we choose here. Obviously, cats can't live in the ocean. So I think we'll run with these 3 giants. That will give us access to every biome. Every biome? Yeah, I think that gives us access to every biome. Except, no. Yeah, every biome. Okay. So, no matter what draft treasures we get, we will be able to get cats. And then also, technically, in order to have the challenge emblem enabled, we can have one free reroll per era. And so we will be doing that in case we need to reroll for plant biotica, or for cat biotica. And then everything else is just going to be luck of the draw. So we'll see how it goes. We're starting with minor settlement. We are starting with none cats, but that's okay. Emerald, Baobab, Moose. Minor is going to want minerals. An emerald mineral would be interested in being in a forest. Forest is not really going to lend itself well to the minor, though. Neither is Savannah. No matter what, you're going to get Taiga. 1, 2, 3, 4. Taiga's non-negotiable for you. I guess you will go forest, because Savannah is basically only food and gold. I've found it pretty hard to come by science in a Savannah. 3, 4, 5, 6. Then we'll put you down. There we go. 2 minerals within borders. We have a gold booster. Agate's not the best for that, but it'll do. None of you care about minerals. None of you care about minerals. You want to be next to base science. So I could do a fir tree next to the city for extra science. And then I could do a stone here, because it'll be next to a science bioticum. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4 here. Actually, you should not do that. All of these should be 6. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Because you need to save room for extra biomes. There's your 6, and then over here on the other side, you'll do Savannah, city tile here, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That will be our second village. What would you like to make? Gem biotica, element biotica, science in mineral with highest science. I'm going to wait on that and see if we can draft something that would be good. If we see copper in a taiga draft, copper is the kind of thing that could push a weaponsmith to 125. If we don't, then it's also still going to depend on our drafts, because we only have 1 taiga gem and 1 taiga element right now. Hunters will enjoy Savannah. So you can also go here. No, that's not the right spot for you to be in. You need to be here. Can I cancel you? No. Alright, well, we'll fix it later. It'll be okay. We'll be putting some terrain expanders in here and stuff, probably. You're interested in animals and food within borders, but you've given me a mineral booster. That is not the kind of thing I'm excited about. So I think we're probably going to ignore it. And we're going to go rabbit stoat. And then you will be adjacent to an herbivore bioticum here. You will not be lost, but you will be adjacent to an herbivore bioticum. 4, 5, 6. Yeah, now this is all wrong. So I need one to go here. Oh, but you're not at 3 pop. Well, let's fix that. I can give you ochre for some extra biodiversity, and then I can give you redstone. Our classic 2-tile synergy. There you go. And then I'd also like to get people's population up, if at all possible. Let's draft Taiga and see what the minerals tell us. We have no cats, so we can focus entirely on minerals. And copper is basically our only choice, but it does come with 2 elements. So we will be taking copper. That will give us access to 3 element bioticum. And then we can also do mossy stone and tin in the forest. So I think it should be fairly clear that we will be doing stonecutter. So be it. You want to be adjacent to a plant. Mossy stone doesn't really care about being next to anything. Here's our 3rd village. This is going to be a savanna rainforest, probably. So grab the sage. Put the sage here. It also contributes to having more food-oriented leaders, which I think is desirable for us. That's element 3. And then I can give you element 4. As soon as the sage village goes down anyway. Alright, so now I can do element 4. That will be your stonecutter. I wasn't confident that I could get this to 125, because I didn't know if I could add 8 rugged to the biome. So, that is at least stonecutter done. It's also template of Aegir times 5. 2 of 3 distinct animals within borders. I can do that for your savanna, and then it gives us extra food. We like the idea of that. Could also just give you a skunk here, although he's not far enough away. I should just give you an animal over here. Give you 1 wild dog. And then in the next eon, we'll worry about putting together the Sage Village. But I would really like to jump to New Era because it's going to unlock secondary biomes. So we can do Iron Age. Great Forge should be fairly easy to put together. Age of Philosophy should be fairly easy to put together. I don't know how much you guys are going to be trading, though, because we're going to have a fairly crowded planet. And then Miner wants to build a monument to give gold? No. We'll be doing Iron Age. Should be easiest to take care of. And more importantly, giants can create their second biomes. So, 1, 2, 3, 4. You're going to need expansion tiles. Bye. Can put one of these bad boys over here. And then also come and help out this sage. I'm actually going to overwrite this with Rainforest. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then we'll need a second terrain expander here that's going to make a desert. As far as your food goes, we can get a papaya tree fairly easily. Put you here. That'll give us our +1 biodiversity. That'll put you at 3 population. Miner is stealing technology from hunters. You are not doing that. Not yet. You might get to later. You will not get to now. And then you need 8 hop. Could give you a carrot here and that would do it. Blizzard that army. Give me a guinea fowl over here. That'll push Sage to 3. Huntress will go to 8. Miner needs 15 money. How am I going to get you money, friend? Not with those. Possibly with those. Adjacent to a plant bioticum that gives science. That would be an ash tree. And then that would also turn the tin on. So you can have some of those. Carrot wasn't enough to take Huntress to 8, huh? You need another 10. I'm going to use a bioticum for that. Because I want to put a second wild dog in that current empty slot. So this carrot can have a worm. Because this tile is never really going to prosper the way... Oh, you're not... Hold on, hold on. You're not adjacent to an herbivore. That's why. I did these in the wrong order. You need to go here. And then you need to go here. There you go. That'll do it without a micro. Sage Village wants to go to 10. Distinct Ocean Biotica, Herbivore Biotica, Fruit Biotica. I'm going to need to draft before I know exactly how I want to do that. I'm getting close to being able to afford your next terrain expander. Any easy marks for food right now? Not really, but it is looking like top row is going to be plants in the savanna. So I'll go top row Igusi here. Is that a fruit? It is a fruit. So we could do a fruit rainforest fairly easily, and then we're getting 1 extra fruit out of the savanna here. And then that's also a 120 instead of 100, so I want to draft rainforest, and I want to see fruit. I want to see 2 fruits. Not quite. It does get you 1. And banana is going to work really well with what we've got in the rainforest already. Do they want to be distinct? No. Okay. Then I will take fruit picker. You can have a banana here. And then you can have a second Igusi here. And then how are you doing on Iron Age? You're basically there. Great news. Buy your last rain expander. Put it over here. We still haven't seen any cats, by the way. And you should probably start to think about drafting cats if you can. Because you need 5 distinct cats. And then how is this looking? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Village. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Village. It's going to make your... No, don't do it that way. Just do that. I'm aiming for 5 villages here. I think we can do it because we have 2 food-centric leaders. We should be contributing quite a bit of extra. And also just because I think it would be fun. Big planets are interesting. Sage and Miner are getting along. Miner is okay with Frost Giant now, because they're getting along. Good. If I can get 1 more food from somewhere, we will be at our next pop threshold. But I think everyone has finished their buildings for the era. Is this correct? You're done, you're done. You're done. See if we can get anything out of a draft then. Cat. That's a cat. So we have to take. I'm not reading anything else, I'm just taking cats. Savannah. No cats. So we can think about this one a bit. It feels like we're leaning towards a plant-focused savanna right now, which would pull me towards an umbrella thorn acacia. It also gives us a barley that we can put in desert, which is a very good food source for desert. And then a nickel is an element, if for some reason somebody cares about elements. So I need to give you just a little bit more. You know what? A barley will do it. A barley will put you at 10. And then Hunter's Town wants one more animal. That would be a second African wild dog. To fill that slot out. Give me that pop. There we go. Village. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You're going to be in the desert. Science and food. Loves plants. That's not going to work great for a desert, but it is going to work pretty well for a rainforest. What are your other Apex Bioticum that you've drafted so far? You have none rainforest plants, none animals. You have none 3-star minerals. You have none desert. You have none desert anything. This guy is not going to thrive. We would need to draft good gold desert bioticum, which we could do. Like, there's gold. There is jade that we could get for rainforest. Merchant could potentially prosper. But I just want to keep taking more food stuff, especially because this desert is very food-focused right now. Or very plant-focused right now. It should be fairly easy to knock out a couple plants for him that he will appreciate having. And as far as your micros go, you have food. You are somewhat close to an invention. You have all 3. That's great. And you're somewhat close to an invention. Do you have any boosters? Boosters are priority first, because they're just going to give you the most bang for your buck. None boosters. Mineral booster that we're not using. Gold booster on an agate. We can't make use of that. Science booster on a tree. We can't make use of that. We can't make use of any of these. Unless... No, because he wants plants within borders. We could still make that work. But I don't want to buy Eon for it. So, our micros are kind of scuffed. We're not going to be able to get, if anybody, boosters. Can I get anybody to trade route? Maybe. I know we're going to put a second wild dog here next era. And we're also probably going to want a mantis on that. So we'll start here. And then I think I probably just want to push food as high as possible. Sage is almost at 15 of 15 food. And the sooner he gets there, the bigger he'll be. So I'm going to do a worm on both of these Igusi, I think. And then that'll be your micro. Alright, new era time. We've finished the level 3 forge. Very good. Castles and Knights. Sage has 10, easy. Miner has 10, easy. Huntress has 10, easy. All 3 of those are very easy. Devious Experiment Miner has 20, easy. 20 population on the planet, also easy. Gain science for each unique toxic bioticum on the planet. We don't really have those. I'll go castles and kingdoms. I think castles and kingdoms will be okay. You are building fort. Fantastic. You need gem bioticum. I don't see a world where that happens, unfortunately. You should be building the construction materials fort, if I remember correctly. Yeah, yours is done. And then you'll be building the food fort, which wants herbivore biotica, which is annoying because you're currently plant in both your biomes. I can give you a second herbivore. I can give you a third herbivore. This will be a second distinct domesticable biotica. Never not take animal breeder. It's just too strong. You... 4 of 6 distinct animals. I can make that happen as well. That should be fairly easy. You get a tavern. So be it. You get a second wild dog, which is not distinct, but you're going to get a guinea fowl, which is distinct. Sage Town is at 20 pop. Your next nomad charges 25, though. And then you get a guinea fowl here, because then both of these will be adjacent to a prey bioticum. Miner is stealing from Huntress. Giant, come over here and prevent that, please. And then you need gold in a pretty serious way for the miner. Otherwise, he's going to start to get cross with you. Freeze that out and figure out where you're going to get gold from. Kalen is not going to do it. You could get a Palace Cat down. That is a gem. So that would put him at 25. And then you have a science booster that I don't think you're super well positioned to take advantage of right now. So you probably want to draft Forest. You want 5 element bioticum? I can do that for you. We should still have a lot of element bioticum in the tank. And if I give you, for example, an iron here, that will also put challenging extraction to 7 rugged. And then I can just find one more way to get rugged out of it. But that's your last element. Oh, because you don't control that tile yet. When you control that tile, it'll be your last element. Let's put our first cat down. Cat will be next to a gem. Happy times. Blueberry would be adjacent to mineral. Happy times. But it wouldn't be getting advantage of the science booster. We could put an iron on it. That'd be an extra element. Yeah, that seems fine. And then we gotta come over and help our botanist out a bit. But this still isn't gonna get you to 15 gold. No, it will. It'll give you an extra 100 money. That's gonna put him to 14, and then you can get to 15 with a micro, probably. Or you could get there with the Palace Cat alone. Sage attacks Miner. Sage is here. Forest Giant is there already. Forest Giant can take care of it. Get him. Are you gonna make it to 15 gold? You're not, but you will with a micro. I am content to spend a micro on getting you to 15 because you're starting to get irritated. And also it's going to give us an extra draft charge and an extra upgrade. Then we need to find a way to get Huntress to 20. Which is probably going to involve 2 distinct animals. 50 for each distinct gem biotic. So annoying. But you're already at your wealth threshold. But you're not at your... No, you're not at your wealth threshold for the castle era. I need to put more gems down for you. I need to draft Taiga looking for gems. Or cats, I guess. So that's 2 gem. And each adjacent mineral. Fine with that. We're going to rework a lot of this, this taiga here. Then, you're also going to want to look for Savannah gems. Or cat. No cat. Zircon is a gem, but we already have these two biotica. Monkey orange wants to be adjacent to animals. That's not great. Amaranth is just a nice solid choice for food. How much undergrowth does it come with? It's undergrowth, and then African violet's also undergrowth, which the sage would be really excited about. So I'll go amaranth on that. And then is anybody else going to get irritated with me anytime soon? Botanist probably is. You need to get some botanist plants down. Plant bioticum, plant bioticum, plant bioticum. Mineral bioticum that gives science. Put an iron down. Taro adjacent to mineral. Ramon tree for extra biodiversity. Yeah, everybody's very bad right now. Alright, that's botanist settlement done. For now. We can leave you alone for a little bit so I can come over and solve this problem. I need to get you gems, minerals, and distinct animals. How are you going to get all that done? Well, you can Palace Cat. Bring all the giants over. Get them ready to help out. These plants can go. These aren't doing anything towards your castle or your tavern right now. Or your Temple of Aegir. So both of those plants need to go. Which is going to hurt your food. But I just don't think I'm finishing your Sagery quest in this era when I have to worry about your castle. Because gold needs to be your priority. Animal booster. That can be a Palace Cat, or it could be a red cardinal, which would be 50 gold. But then you'd have to put it next to a fruit bioticum. And the only one you have is a blackberry that you can place right now. So, you're going to have to be a Palace Cat instead. You are going to get a gem adjacent to at least 2 critter biotica. You're not a critter. But you will get your buff. That also turns on challenging extraction for our copper. And then we're going to upgrade here. You want to be next to an herbal... I don't care. I'm not going to put you next to an herbivore bioticum. I'm not going to spend the era on it, because we're already down to 34. It's going to be a little tight. A second animal booster. Skunk is not going to be far enough away, though. You want to be next to a critter. Skunk is not a critter. You don't have a Taiga Draft available. Well, you want distinct animals, and that's a booster. This will actually make itself lost, so it might push it to 3. And then if I have a lost mineral, I do. I have a labradorite, but it's not going to be next to critters. But it will give this tile +1 lost. Do I have any other lost minerals? No, it's just labradorite. Can't believe a skunk isn't a critter, man. Do any of you guys tag critter? No, none of you tag critter. Alright, well, we don't get the synergy bonuses for these, but they do contribute towards the castle and the tavern. So that's gem 2, and then you're going to need to come over here and fix all this stuff. So you're not a gem, or a critter, or an animal, and you're not a gem or an animal, so you need to get upgraded. We'd be looking to replace you with a gem, like an amethyst, which is already next to animals, so that's great for us. And then we would want another distinct animal. What manner of distinct animals do you have for me here, Savannah Giant? Plant biotica in biome. We have that. You're also prey. So if I put you here, I could think about upgrading that guinea fowl to something else. Gem will be next to animal. But you could also get a fluorite in there, which is also a gem. And then you could put an amethyst here. You're not going to get great spectral out of that. Huntress attacks Sage. I have extraordinarily bad news for you. Huntress, we're all right here. We are all standing here already. Nuke him. Alright, Huntress is at 20 wealth, Castles and Knights 2 done, Castles and Knights 3 done. That takes care of that. Who else is mad? Huntress Town is not going to get to 20 pop in this era. You do need one more distinct gem bioticum, but you don't have room to expand. You need one more distinct animal, but you don't have room to expand. I'm really trying to save up for that nomad charge. It would mean replacing one of these African wild dogs. Why are you at 30 and you're at 80? Oh, because you got the mantis. It would mean replacing one of the African wild dogs. You don't have another distinct animal. You'd actually have to do it in the taiga, and you don't have the space in the taiga. Alright, so you're just not going to be able to have that happen for you this era. Statue's done, Chateau's done, Aegir's done. Miner's chilling. He has no problems. Sandfort, you're looking sad over here. Can I get you one more undergrowth bioticum? Here's your sagebrush. And then would you also like a cat, maybe? We don't have to put the cat down yet. We can wait on it, I guess. So we currently have 2 cats. We have Palace Cat and we have Sand Cat. Still looking for 3 more. We can draft Rainforest to see if we get a cat. I don't actually think cats live in the rainforest. There's our Jade. If we needed somebody to have gold. But I think we took Botanist instead of things that give gold. It would be nice to give you trade routes, but it's not mandatory. Capybara only really contributes to animals. You're an undergrowth, which the sage would like. I think we are at the point where we're taking agave, because it'll make the sage happy. When he gets his emblem. He actually may have his emblem already. He does. In that case, this would be really good for you. You'd get a lot of food out of that. You don't need the help, but I'm gonna help you anyway. And then draft Desert again. Draft Desert for the first time. No cats. We do get a pair of birds. Birds are always fun. And we get a good science rock, which I guess the botanist would technically like. It is science, even if it's not a plant. And then that's this era more or less wrapped up. So what else can you put down just to get a little extra prosperity going? You could put a Pit Viper down for plus 20. Does that get you anywhere near a trade route? No, you recently had one fire. You could also just get the botanist up to speed. You could go like Sandcat, Jerboa. Yeah. Actually, they're like better. No, you want to get the cat down. Just get the cat down. You'll go Sandcat, Jerboa, and then next area you'll put down a limestone, and there's never going to be another rock in this desert, because the botanist doesn't care about it. So it should be able to give all of its science pretty much all the time. I know you're mad, just calm down. Jerboa here. Miner, raiding, huntress. Who is my nearest giant? Nobody is nearest. Alright, bring the frost giant over here then. And then figure out your micro. The first thing you want to do is give another mantis to this wild dog. Get him going. Because you're going to upgrade that next turn. You also have a gold booster here that you're not using. You have any good gold minerals you haven't placed? No. Do you have any good gold animals you haven't placed? No, because you wouldn't be next to a critter. I'll leave it for next time then. Alright, Great Tail going to 21. It's not going to trigger a trade route. You're still a little too far away. But it does prepare this wild dog to be upgraded. And then you have 2 more micro. Again, looking for boosters. Palace Cat on an animal booster could also stand to get a mantis. 50 and tagged tree on a booster would be 75. But I'm not sure you've put any good food on a food booster at this point. I feel like you would have remembered it. Although, that's just plus 10 flat. It's not percent. Doesn't matter. These are all flat. Yeah, you haven't put down a really good plant yet. Alright. Then, we'll be giving you a mantis. And then we'll be looking to see if anybody is close to unlocking an emblem, maybe. 7 of 10. 8 of 15, 5 and 2. 5, 5 and 3. 7, 8 and 2. 1, 5 and 8. Nobody looks like they're really that close to anything. Which means this doesn't really matter. That fur, I think, is going to get upgraded fairly soon. So we'll do that. And then we'll head into next era. Where we need to find a way to get the huntress some food. We need to find a way to get the miner some gold. And we need to start our 5th village, because we have enough popcorn. Off you go. They're behind the buildings again, for whatever reason. This is the sage winning. No, this is the miner winning this fight. Miner. The best. The best. Makes sense, he's surrounded by rocks. There you go. Alrighty. And then what do we want to do? Age of Horror? Probably not. We're pretty weak on gold right now, and I don't know where my Dark Offerings are. Solar Punk? Maybe. Give science for food from plants? Maybe. Space Race, Advanced Minerals gain 200% science if they're unique on the planet. That's not really what we're going for. Sludge Corp is going to be way too disruptive. Skyscraper turns the city's highest gold bioticum into more prosperity, and gains a boost for each unique bioticum. I think we could make this work, although I don't necessarily want border boosters. What does Solar Punk give me instead? It doesn't tell you. You just get free border boosters for taking City of Dreams, though, which is kind of sick. Yeah, sure, why not? I think we can get you a big gold bioticum. I think we can make that happen for you. Skyscraper 1 is done already. Excellent. Now let's go even further. Oh yeah, and it's bonuses for completed level 3 city requests, man. We're gonna have 5 cities here. Draft forest. No, draft desert, look for cats. A fennec is not a cat, it's a fox. They're different. This comes with a ton of unlocks. Predators and biome gain 100% gold. I could sort of see that happening. An Argite, Field of Ringo. It is undergrowth. This one could go either way, really. But I feel like if we get a really good desert predator, Fennec is going to push them over the edge. So, let's take the one with higher potential upside. You are really interested in gold this turn. You get extra science for everything in the metal bioticum with highest stuff. But also, I think I have a distinct energy bioticum, don't I? I have lignite. That's the only one. So you would get double science from power plant, but you wouldn't get double gold from it. So right now, this is 200, 200. And if I put lignite down, it's 400, 200. Each distinct metal bioticum. We have 1, 2, that we haven't even put down. 3 metal bioticum. Oh no, it's over here, so it would be distinct. Double element, noble harmony gem, gem. None of you are metals. I think the fact that the power plant gives gold and science is going to push it over the edge, and if I get another energy bioticum, we're really excited about that. So that's Metropolis of Industry done. Let's go take care of the hunters now, because your population is a little dire. It's time for these dogs to go. And we can replace you with Baobab. Reach adjacent bioticum that has a base food yield. You get plus 60 science. You don't care about science, though. So it would probably be... Well, you don't care about science either, to be fair. Neither of them care about science, so neither of them really care about the Baobab. But the Hunters does care about animals, so we would want to put the giraffe down. And then the giraffe would have a nice time with the Baobab. So, you go. I also really like this technology of giving the Baobab even more adjacent slots. Because I'm going to put it at the top. The top row is where all the plants go. That's a sick food booster for my giraffe. Is there anything that goes even harder? It's the wrong row, unfortunately. So you're going to be giraffe. You... Oh my god. Well, is that still top row? I don't think it's top row. Which is too bad. So you've got giraffe. Giraffe will be next to tree. That will definitely push hunters to 25. But just because this is not the plant row, doesn't mean that you can't put plants there. That's the thing. So for a temporary measure, you want to see base food yield? I'm going to skip that for now, because I'm going to upgrade this row. I just want to switch the fluorite all the way on first. So Gazelle is fully switched on, fluorite's fully switched on, nickel doesn't care. Then upgrade here, because you want this to be a plant. In fact, you want it to be amaranth specifically. So that guinea fowl can go. You can instead be okra, because we're going to put nickel here on this mineral booster. That will then give you the biodiversity to put an amaranth here. Then you just want a random food. You're not going to be adjacent to an animal bioticum there. But you would be if I put you here over top of this. No, you would be here. What are you going to put in that food biome spot? Oh, a gazelle. Duh. Gazelle here. And then what do you want to make? Steak restaurant? I think steak restaurant could go the distance. I don't think I'm putting down 4 distinct predators here. I just don't think I have enough savanna predators. I only have the African wild dog. I have a lot of predators for the taiga, but... Actually, I don't even. I have like 2. So you're gonna get a steak restaurant, and maybe the moose will be more food than the giraffe. And then we can have moose steaks in the hunter's village. So off you go. That's an empty slot. You want to fill that with something. Oh, it's next to all the stuff it needs to be. You can just have a floor right there. There you go. Take a forest draft. Looking for cats. You already have those cats. Spectralite kind of fun, though. Yeah, take a Spectralite. We're a little short on gems, and we kind of have some small harmony synergies building up here. Let's start our last village as well, which is supposed to go way out here. We're going to have a ton of developed cities, so this is a natural diplomat. And then I'd also like to buy a terrain expander, and I would like to make this taiga bigger. This taiga needs more room to grow. Because I need to get more animals in for Hunter City. You also need to start burning your drafts, because you need to find the rest of your cats. What else are you going to spend tech on? Nothing. You care about cats. You're not going to care about microcharges, border boosters, or micros, etc. So just buy a ton of drafts with it. Burn it. Burn it. Now we're looking for savanna cats. We want to see like cheetah. Lion will also do. Take that. Lion is probably going to go on the sage side. Each food and fruit biotica, each distinct biotic that has base food yield. We'll be doing cafe. That's going to be much more than 700 by the end of the day. And then I would really like an extra terrain booster. But in the meantime, let's... Well, what does the lion care about? Each distinct predator bioticum in the planet, each distinct herbivore bioticum in this biome. You need to go. You are going to become a lion. And you also probably need to go, because I'm going to need the extra biodiversity. You want to be adjacent to an element and a predator. Adjacent to at least 3 different bioticum types. You're going to be adjacent to lion. We're not moving that okra, we're not moving that amethyst. Oh, this just gives biodiversity if it's unique on planet. Yep. We'll be doing that, and then we can put the lion in. You have expanded nicely out here, so we can start to think about putting some lost bioticum in the middle of that taiga. And this is going to be cat number 3. go for it. Alright. Expansion charge. Here. Much more room for predators. And then let's go get Diplomat City up and running. 15 gold, 2 mystery if adjacent to 2 different bioticum types. I can do that for you. You get bonuses for each different adjacent bioticum type, so you'll be mineral, you'll be animal, you'll want to be plant. You'll be adjacent to mineral. That'll be enough to get Diplomat going. You're good, you're good, you're good. You don't know what projects are yet. Botanist, what would you like to work on? 6 of 8 distinct plants in borders. Happily. As soon as you guys are done placing over here, I will summon the forest giant back to help you out with that. Because look at all of these plants you could put down. You're unique. You'll want to do a mineral out here. Limestone is never going to be next to another mineral, so you can just go here. Bioticum with base gold. That's none of these, so I'll just give you a barley. Off you go. Sandberg wants to invent something. 2 of 4 fruit bioticum. Can't be done. Element bioticum, distinct animals. But only for 80. I think I gotta take it for only 80, because we're 1/4 of the way there already. And I'm getting a little concerned about our Eon, because we're already halfway through it. Dove is going to go crazy. Unless you're a critter. You're not. Dove is going to go crazy. That's your second animal. You are a critter. You're also a predator. So Bearded Dragon Rattlesnake works great, and that's going to put you at 4 animals. Then what do you... Animal breeder? Happily. Miner decided that Frost Giant is not welcome around the city. Oh yeah? We'll see about that. You need a second domesticable animal. Doves are domesticable. I could just give you another jerboa. That'll be number 2. Alright, go summon a blizzard on their city, and do it fast before they kill you. Because he's kind of got a big city. Maybe not. They're just launching catapults at him. It's not a huge deal. Alright. You chill out with that. Botanist Town needs 4 more science and/or technology. A rubber tree could make it happen. A jade will not make it happen. Miner was humbled and earned respect. Can't believe the Frost Giant did this to you. Believe it, buddy. Rainforest Raft, show me a cat. None cat. But legendary gold. But none of the people in the rainforest care about it. Heliconia, on the other hand, is really good. We have a lot of different flower biotica right now. We have the agave, we have the African violet, we have probably 1 or 2 more that I'm not remembering. So I'll take a Heliconia. That's the kind of thing that's going to help push you over the edge. And then I will come over here, upgrade this. We're going to need Plant Giant over here. We might need Animal Giant over here for support. That's going to push us to 30 science. We can draft again. Just double check that you haven't missed any cats, right? 1 cat. 2 cat. Not 3 cat, because it's actually the same cat. 3 cat. Not a cat. A fox. Yeah, you're at 3. You have an animal booster there. You don't have any good rainforest animals, though. We ignore that. You also don't have 6 biodiversity. Also, you want to be adjacent to 4 plants. We can't even put a heliconia there. You want to be adjacent to 2 animal biotica. That's not going to happen. You want to be next to distinct plants. That is going to happen. So you go here. Pick 401. This is unique in biome, right? Unique in biome. But it's not unique in biome because there's an agave on the other side. You want to be adjacent to bird or monkey. You want to be adjacent to 2 plant biotica. It's going to have to be you. Then upgrade here. This is where your heliconia goes, right here. Oh man, but this is a science booster. It would be at 350 times 50. Alright, fine. Not enough biodiversity. Well, I can make you adjacent to a bird. Oh, it needs to be slot 3, of course. Everything's wrong. Everything's gone wrong, man. Oh, it all works out so bad now. I could replace you with a bird or monkey. Don't I have a level 3 rainforest monkey? No, you didn't take him. You actually don't have a rainforest bird or monkey, so just put a kapok tree down. You can't turn it on. Craft me. Level 3 cat in the rainforest? Jaguar, maybe? Alright, I think we gotta start re-rolling at this point. Actually, can I get to collection from here? Arguably, I probably should have done this earlier. But, cats. What are we even looking for? We're looking for an Amur leopard in taiga. We could find an ocelot in the rainforest, and we could also find a jaguar in rainforest. Alright, I am perfectly comfortable re-rolling some of these. There's ocelot. And it comes with cougar. That's perfect. That's 5. So we just have to place an ocelot and a cougar, and then we're done. Unique animals in this biome gain 30 for each tag they have. Wait, can I invasive species? Meadow, sanctuary. No, you need swamp giant for that. Because if we had invasive species, ocelot in this savanna would go wild. Go the buck wild on that savanna. Bird or monkey bioticum. It still doesn't exist, and it never will exist, so get over it. Put your heliconia down here. You're gonna have enough arrows, so don't worry. Don't cry about it. And then adjacent to 2 animal, we want the pitaya to be there. You don't have the era to waste the biotica here, so just upgrade it. You will be pitaya. And then I don't know what you'll be. I'll just make you taro so that you surround the heliconia. Then, over here, upgrade. That is going to kill your agave. Oh, you could replace that with agave. And it'll be adjacent to an animal. Yeah, that works great. I don't see any of those happening for you right now. I really don't. Because you're not going to get a tree with high science. You're not going to get a massive fruit biotic. You're probably going to get the most science out of an apothecary. An Omni Booster. Unique animals in this biome gain food for each tag they have. Oh, but that's not even that good. Well, no, you do give 150 gold flat. Alright, fine. You go here. Then you go here, and you will have at least 3 biodiversity. And that's 5 cats, right? Cougar, ocelot, sandcat, palace cat, lion. Lion? There you are. You also have 5 biomes. You have savanna, you have taiga, you have rainforest, you have desert, you have normal forest. Okay, so that's both of our achievements done. Now, let's see if we can finish City of Dreams in 3 biotic replacements. I'm not super convinced that's going to happen. So number 1 is get Diplomat Town to 4. Or get Diplomat Town to 3, because that's going to improve your Skyscraper. How are you going to go about doing that? What do you need? Do you have your second domesticable animal? You don't. So that is going to be what sorts it for us. You have Jerboa. You don't have a sandcat. And a sandcat is domesticable. So get a sandcat. That is going to take you to Diplomat Town 3, done. And it's going to enhance your Skyscraper. Once you have done that, you need a really good gold bioticum to place in Taiga. What does Moose do? Moose isn't gold, right? No, he's all food. Alright, so that's going to push Diplomat Town over 3. Good. Draft something really good in Taiga. Something money. Something big money. Brown Bear, 25 gold for each rugged and biome. I don't have the Eon left to push that to 2,500 gold. Yellow Diamond is not going to be enough. Amur Leopard is not going to be enough, I don't think. We do have a lot of patches in this taiga, but I don't think 50 plus 75 per is going to be the one that we need. We really just want to see something better than that. 65 gold for each mineral in biome, but it's not energy, which is very sad. But it is minerals, which is... Oh, wait, you have platinum. Isn't platinum going to be really good? 30 for each rugged in biome, up to 50. I think platinum will get you there. Take platinum. But then what's your second biome? Forest? A very small forest? Oh, you also have emerald. Okay, you can get there. This is going to burn through an enormous amount of era for you. Each adjacent bioticum that has base threat. With no cap. So you're going to be doing a bit of upgrading. Bring the whole squad over. You're going to need a terraform charge here. Because I want to put a hill behind the platinum. Give me a mineral booster. Science booster? That's not good enough. I said a mineral booster. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. Now we upgrade here. Because this is where we want the platinum. Nothing. I'll still probably take it. You need to get to 12 biodiversity. Sunstone needs to be adjacent to a set of plant and animal. You can replace your agate with an animal. Actually, this is your energy. Don't you want to put energy down because you made the power plant? You do. Yes. So lignite here. Sunstone here. Let's get the biodiversity online first. It is not a gem, it's just an element. And then you want to be next to plant animal. Do I have any interesting plant animal synergy? Not really. Well, yeah, you do. You can go blackberry into rabbit. That'll turn your sunstone on. Technically, you could turn it on again, but I'm just going to do it one time. That's going to put you at 11. Lignite can come over here. No, it puts you at 12. So Lignite's going to put you at 14, and then you can put platinum down. Platinum here. And then 3 adjacent bioticum that have base threat. Stoat, Palace Cat, Stellar Sea Eagle. No, Cougar. What are you thinking? You can put 3-star bioticum in here. These mineral boosters don't matter. We don't have the right minerals. ED to place biotica. Oh yeah. Prove it. $28 of 50. I'm fine with letting you steal things at this point. I need a good micro that upgrades minerals. 50 in tagged metal can upgrade mineral. No, I need a percent bonus. Can only be placed at forest, upgrade animal. We don't have the right micros for it. Our better option is going to be heading over here and trying to get an emerald down before we run out of Eon. And you want each harmony bioticum, so that would also be like a spinal. Spectralite we can get in. It's gonna cost us a lot to put down, but we'll give it a shot. We do have 158 wealth right now. Alright, so emerald doesn't need to be next to anything. You want to be next to tree. You're not harmony. Who cares? You want to be adjacent to 3 different bioticum types. That can happen here. We can do that here. That will then give you enough Eon to put down the emerald. It is bioticum within borders with highest gold. So this emerald won't actually help out that much, but maybe it'll lead you to invent something interesting that we don't have before, that we've never had before, because I don't think I've ever had an emerald. And also these are distinct bioticum that we're adding, so these percent multipliers are just going to keep getting bigger. Harmony plant. Fruit tree? Not quite. Harmony plant. Harmony animal. Pangolin. Yeah? Yeah. Yeah, pangolin. Yeah. And then a marula tree would be next to a pangolin. Marula. Pangolin. After this marula goes down. That turns diversity on for the spinal. Pushes Emerald up further. What gems have you not placed? A lot. Holy cow. 1, 2... Well, 3. There's 3 unique gems you haven't placed here. But you want to be next to an animal. So overwrite the iron with a moss agate. Oh, never mind. You can't afford anything else. Well, that's that. that's all she wrote on that one. So what are good micros? Increases plant by 75% everything. Do I have any plants that give mystery? So I can really take advantage of that. Oh, what do you want to build? A hotel is crazy for you. This is going to be an extraordinary amount of production out of this thing. Yeah, 250, 250, 250. But I'm looking for plants that give mystery. Cougar, animal that gives mystery. Centipede, upgrades animal. Give more mystery. Plants that give mystery. Oh yeah, you made 2 cougars. Upgrade him as well then. And considering, well, we're actually only going to do City of Dreams 2. I don't think we're getting to 3. We just haven't drafted the right bioticum, but considering the restrictions that we had on ourselves this game, it's okay. Good. Good. What are you guys doing? Importing. Okay. I guess you did trigger a ton of trade routes here. And then how much more micro do you have left? 3? Where is my Bayab at? Is it really not that good? It's really not that good. You just didn't have a good plant this game. Although Amaranth is 400 food. And you never finished turning it on. It's all scuffed, man. This planet's way too big. This planet is too big, and there are too many people on it. And there's so many things that just went unfinished. Count your cats one more time before you're done. Make sure you didn't overwrite any. Lion. Ocelot. Cougar. Sandcat. Palace cat. You've got your 5. Send it. We've achieved the high level of prosperity, but not the best level of prosperity. But we have gotten 2 more achievements out of the way. We have nothing left to unlock. That is an 843 prosperity planet. It's okay. It's alright. It's certainly not the 1K we had earlier, but it's pretty good. And if we head down here to milestones... Cat Planet, or Multicolored Marble, done. And then Cat Planet was up here somewhere. Cat Planet, done. So, which ones we're going to work on next? We could probably knock out Cider Lover. And we could poke around at a couple inventions, I guess. But Cider Lover is kind of the Cider Lover and Old Glitters are the last 2 that we'll probably do before we pick up Ice Age. As far as inventions go, still have quite a few to unlock, and so maybe we'll try and focus on some of these. Now that I know I can get to the collection screen from in-game, it should make it easier to check, holy cow, how have we not invented this thing yet? Half the animals on the planet invented. Yeah, so we'll poke around in some of those, and we'll see what we can get done. So, If you are still enjoying Reus 2, make sure you hit the video with a like and subscribe to the channel if you want to catch more episodes when they come out. If there's something else that you would like to see us play here instead, feel free to leave a comment and let me know what it is that you would like to see. I will catch you guys around for the next one, but until then, take care and enjoy the rest of your day.